Hi YouTube, my name's Scott Erickson. I'm making this video to document my experience with a vertical gastric sleeve weight loss procedure. I'm having it in San Antonio, Texas with Dr. Sonny Cavazos. He comes really highly recommended from a coworker and some family members of coworkers who've had great experiences having this procedure and also a traditional bypass with him. The reason that I chose to document my experience online, making a blog on Tumblr at bariatric, that's B-E-A-R, eatric, yeah, you can figure it out, .tumblr.com, and in this YouTube account is when my partner Ryan and I were trying to decide if getting the surgery was right for us. We searched YouTube and we saw a lot of videos from people that were really inspiring. There were folks who recorded a video before their surgery, and they're kind of heavy, and then they recorded videos throughout the process, and you could watch, and number one, you could hear what it was like for them and hear what they were going through, and number two, you could really see the change in the people as it went by. You would see them lose weight in their face, in their upper body. You could see their energy levels change. And so, as much as possible, I want to use this experience to help other people who may be thinking about it. I think it's only fair to give back a little bit, because the people who've put themselves out there and done this have really helped us come to this conclusion. I know some folks who act like getting weight loss surgery is something to be ashamed of, or something to be embarrassed by. And I think that's BS, because honestly, when people look at you, they know you're fat, right? If somebody looks at a fat person, they know that you have a problem with eating, or you have a problem with not exercising. It's not a secret. So admitting that you're doing something about it by getting weight loss is not something you should be embarrassed about. It's something that you should actually be a little bit proud of, because it's scary as hell. And it involves a lot of commitment and a lot of discipline leading up to it, during and after. I've tried other forms of weight loss. I've been on Weight Watchers. I've tried low carb several years ago. I've not been very good about exercising, to be frank. My problem is I just love food. I eat as a hobby. I don't have a lot of vices. I don't smoke. I don't drink. But man, I'll get down at an Indian buffet, right? And in the past, when I've tried to lose weight, I've made progress, but it's always been something that, my willpower can't hold out long enough. I'm currently 353 pounds today. I have been on a preoperative weight loss diet for 6 days. As of tomorrow, it'll be a week. The pre-op diet is primarily a liquid diet where you have 2 to 3 protein shakes per day, and 1 small meal the size of your palm. And since I'm a big guy, I'm lucky that my palm is kind of big, so I've been interpreting that as my palm, and not like the palm of my nutritionist, which is pretty small. But so my average day, I would wake up, I'd have a protein shake, which is like a powder from the EAS Pure Protein shake, 8 ounces of milk, have that for breakfast, have another shake for lunch, and then dinner is like a small piece of chicken breast, smaller than my palm, and a little bit of salad mix, or one time I had some black beans with it, which I'm not sure that really counts as a vegetable because they're kind of starchy, but I didn't eat a whole bunch of it, so I think I'm okay. The pre-op diet has been a real challenge, because I was not really prepared for how intense the hunger cravings would be. Even though you're having those shakes, you're really hungry. I at first was really having problems because I wasn't cognizant of the fact that I needed to make those shakes with milk according to the instructions from my doctor. The instructions on the protein mix say to make it with water. And by about day 3 or 4, I felt like just absolute hell. I had no energy. I couldn't get out of bed. I was actually running a fever, which I don't know if it was related or not. You know, I'm not a doctor, but on the day when I felt worst and I was running a fever, I couldn't really even get out of bed. I got up at one point and I ate a 20-gram piece of low-fat cheese, the little Baby Bell light cheese thing in our fridge, and it was like I was a different person just having 20 grams, which is like zero point 0.7 ounces of cheese. It was 50 calories, and that 50 calories just boosted me up. So since then, I started putting milk in my shakes like the doctor instructed, and you know, it's kind of difficult because you get so many different instructions from the doctor. You have all this paperwork. You get your shakes, and the shakes have different instructions than what the doctor gives you. The short version is the shake and one small meal diet was very effective. I've lost 15 pounds on that diet. I started this process at 368 pounds, according to my weigh-in at the doctor's office. The last weigh-in at the doctor, I want to say I was 355. I've lost a couple pounds since then, so this morning I'm 353. My highest weight ever was 378, and that was in February of this year, 2011, when Ryan and I got back from a cruise. We went on a Caribbean cruise, and we had a lot of time on the boat to relax and eat at the buffet. And, you know, people told me I would gain weight, but I didn't expect how much. So I came back from the cruise in February at 378 pounds. I was barely able to get into my size 48 shorts, so I had to go and buy some size 50 shorts, which was a real kick in the nuts. Anytime that first digit on your pant size changes, it's kind of a wake-up call. So now I'm back down in a size 48 shorts. Don't really wear pants because I work at this cool place. Whoops. Where you know, I can wear shorts to work. My shirt size is a 3XL tall. In the past, I was generally able to get away with 3XL. I am 6'5", so tall isn't that crazy, but I find that really more so than my height, I need the length to cover up my belly from hanging out. At certain times, I was in a 4X shirt, and I think I even have a 5X somewhere from after I got off the cruise, but I only have one or two of those because it was pretty terrifying. So, my main reasons for getting the procedure. I have psoriatic arthritis, which is an autoimmune condition that causes my immune system to attack my joints and also my skin. And my arthritis has gotten very, very severe in the past 3 years or so. I'm on a medication for it that is almost as bad as the condition itself. The shots that I take for my arthritis enable me to be able to walk, be able to climb stairs most of the time, but I get sick constantly. Because the type of arthritis is autoimmune, the medication for it suppresses your immune reaction. So if anybody sneezed on me, if anybody came to work sick, I got it like clockwork. And so, you know, I started to miss a lot of work, and you know, that caused problems at work. It added to my stress. I was in physical pain because of the arthritis. And, you know, in addition to that, I have sleep apnea. I have a severely deviated septum, which I'm going to need to get fixed at some point. I don't expect the weight loss to cure my sleep apnea. But being 130 pounds overweight certainly contributes to the severity of my apnea. So if I can essentially drop some weight, the hope is that my arthritis will not be as severe. I won't have as much strain on my knees and feet and back. Hopefully I'll be able to take smaller doses or less frequent doses of my arthritis medicine that really has a negative impact on my health. I reached the breaking point where there were a lot of things converging. There was the arthritis and the medicine associated with that. My sleep apnea has always been a problem. And I got some genetic results back from a company called 23andMe, where you send them a sample of your saliva and they analyze your genes. And I found out that I am at a high risk for some certain cardiac conditions. I'm at a high risk for blood clots, and I'm at a high risk for arterial fibrillation. So, right, you're fat, you have all these problems, and you get a genetics report back saying that you have high risk factors for a lot of cardiac stuff, you start to think, wow, I'm going to be dead soon. And then you get serious about it. So this is Monday, and tomorrow I go in at 7 in the morning to have my procedure. I'm pretty terrified. I've never had major surgery. The most I've done is I've had my wisdom teeth out, which, you know, they put me out for that, but it didn't last very long. So here we go, right? Hopefully I'll be able to make a video in a couple days saying that it's not that bad. I hear the first day or two there's a lot of pain, and I'm fine with that. They're going to have some medication for me, and I think I can deal with a couple days of pain in exchange for hopefully a lifetime of better health. So stay tuned. I'll be posting videos, you know, at least every few weeks, as long as there's relevant information. Also, my partner Ryan is going to be getting the surgery kind of so we can do it as a team, and he's going to be doing it probably beginning of July. So about 2 or 3 weeks after mine, he's going to go. And we're blogging this all together at bariatric.tumblr.com. There will be a link probably in the comments here. So feel free to follow along. Feel free to ask us questions. You can follow me on Twitter as XKOT. I'm posting short updates there. Longer updates will go to the Tumblr blog. Feel free to send me a message on Twitter if you have any questions about what it's like, and I'll be happy to help. One last thing. Tomorrow I'm going into surgery on the same day that a good friend of Ryan and I is going to compete on the show The Voice on NBC, and we really want him to win. And you know, people have asked, hey, can I send you a card, or, you know, is there anything I can do for you? Can I cook you a meal? And no, not really. But if you want to do something for me, vote for my friend on The Voice. He's Nakia. It's Nakia on Twitter. Just go there, and it has links to all of his stuff on NBC. He's an amazing singer. He deserves to win. And so, you know, it's like when people say, you know, in lieu of flowers, donate to this charity. Well, what I want you to do is, instead of sending me a card or whatever, if you want to help, go vote for my buddy. My partner Ryan has done his album cover art, and the higher profile Nakia gets, you know, potentially the higher exposure that Ryan can get because of the previous album covers he's done for Nakia. He's just a great dude, and he's earned it.